Ladies and gentlemen, please suspended.
Oh my goodness.
Due to darkness.
Imagine this. You're 21, you're playing the biggest tournament in the world. You fought your way to match point. You're standing tall, focused, locked in. The finish line is right there. One final service game, one chance to write your name into history, and just as you're about to serve, the umpire calls, play suspended. Not because of rain, not because of injury, but because it's a little too dark. And that's how Ben Shelton had his moment stolen at Wimbledon. Let's rewind. Day 4 of Wimbledon, Ben Shelton is facing Rinky Hijikata in the second round. It's been a solid performance from the young American. Power, precision, passion, stands and he cruises through the first 2 sets. 6-2, 7-5. In the third, it's 5-4. He's serving for the match. The crowd is buzzing. The energy is building. You can feel it. That special Wimbledon magic when a player steps up to close the deal. But here's the problem. It's nearly 9:30 p.m. in London. The sky's turning gray. And court number 2, question mark, no roof, no floodlights, no flexibility. The rules say if it's too dark to see the ball clearly, the match stops. And Wimbledon, it sticks to that rule like gospel. And right as Ben Shelton walks up to serve for the match, boom, suspension. The umpire halts play. The fans erupt in disbelief. You hear chants from the crowd, let him play, let him play. Shelton, stunned, walks toward the chair. His hands are out, his voice trembling with rage and disbelief. Not yelling, not exploding, but the kind of frustration you feel when you know what's right and can't do anything about it. His expression said it all. You're taking this from me? Now? You could see the moment slipping through his fingers, not because of an opponent, but because of a decision made by tradition. This wasn't just a rule call. It was a soul-crushing pause in a story that was reaching its peak. Shelton is an emotional player. He feeds off the crowd, the rhythm, the fight. In that moment, he was electric, focused, alive, and suddenly the music stopped. He walked off court, fists clenched, chest heaving, trying not to explode. The boos echoed behind him, the spotlight faded, and what should have been a highlight reel finish became an overnight delay, a pause that no tennis player wants, especially not at the biggest stage in the world. The next day, Ben returns to court 2. No tension, no fireworks, just quiet anticipation. He steps up, serves 3 aces, hits a clean winner, and the match is over in under 60 seconds. And that's the part that stings the most. After all that drama, all that waiting, the final game, it was a formality, a whisper, a shadow of what could have been. The crowd cheered, sure, but it wasn't the same. That victory moment, it got diluted, deflated, delayed. That cinematic finish never came. Tennis fans didn't stay silent. Twitter exploded. This is ridiculous. Let the kid finish. Wimbledon rules ruin real moments. Even ESPN commentators were fuming. James Blake said they could have stopped it at 4-2 if they were serious about light. But stopping at 5-4 when he's serving for the match, that's outrageous. It felt like a common sense failure. A rule that made no room for emotion, for story, for people. Wimbledon is legendary, no doubt, but this wasn't about white clothes or grass courts. This was about a young man having his moment taken away in the name of policy. Because let's be honest, what's the harm in playing one more game when everyone agrees visibility is fine? The crowd wanted it, the players wanted it, but the rules, they wanted control. And in doing so, they killed the very magic Wimbledon claims to protect. Ben Shelton's face when the match stopped. It told a story we've seen in sports before, but never like this. It wasn't the face of someone who just lost a point or disagreed with a call. It was the face of someone who had prepared their whole life for a moment, only to have it yanked away by a rule book. You saw it. That brief pause. His eyes scanned the crowd, his mouth slightly open, his arms spread in disbelief. It wasn't just anger, it was confusion, sadness, heartbreak, and a sense of injustice. This wasn't a Grand Slam final. This wasn't a 5-hour epic. It was a second-round match on an outside court. But to Shelton, this was his moment. A moment to own the stage, to finish strong, to feel the electricity of 8,000 people erupting as he closed out a match with a booming ace or a clenched fist roar. Moments like these don't come every week. For most players, even the great ones, they come a few times a year if you're lucky. And when they do, they live forever in photos, in YouTube montages, in stories told over coffee tables and locker rooms, or at least they're supposed to. Instead, this one got locked away, paused, muffled, stretched into an anticlimax. And maybe that's what hurts most. That a sport built on rhythm, energy, and timing let bureaucracy cut the music just before the final note. Think about the kids watching, the ones with rackets taller than their arms, the ones staying up late on school nights just to watch Ben Shelton. Are you the loud, fearless American with the rocket serve and infectious smile? They didn't just see a game paused, they saw a dream deferred. What does that teach them? That even when you've done everything right, or momentum, heart, strategy, someone in a chair can still press pause, that the moment doesn't always win. It's a bitter pill, but it's real. And it's why players carry so much weight, so much urgency in every match. Because sometimes the system won't care that you're ready. Sometimes it'll tell you to come back tomorrow, and that's a heartbreak you never forget. So here's what I want to know, really. Was Ben Shelton right to be furious? Did Wimbledon rob him of something he earned? Because this wasn't just about a rule. It was about the moment, the atmosphere, the build-up, the drama, all gone with one sentence from the umpire. Or maybe, do the rules matter more than the moment? Some will say yes, that fairness must apply to everyone regardless of emotion, that if the light's too low, it's too low. End of story. But others, they'll say sport is about magic, about seizing the moment when it's hot, about allowing a player to ride the wave, not stop halfway through and paddle back the next morning. And you know what? This channel, Tennis Titans, is here for that magic. We cover the stats, the rivalries, the tactics, is at the heart of it all. We care about the emotion of tennis because that's what makes it real. That's what makes people cry when Federer retires. That's what makes people stand and cheer when a player collapses to the court in joy. So where do you stand? Let's talk in the comments. Let's debate respectfully, like true fans, because that's what tennis deserves. And if this story made you feel anything, anger, pride, empathy, heartbreak, then do one thing for me. Share this video with a friend, with someone who loves tennis, with someone who's never watched tennis but needs to understand what it feels like, because this was more than a match. It was a moment we were meant to remember. I'm Tennis Titans, and I'll see you after the next big twist at Wimbledon.